everyone. My topic for the UE portfolio is communication growth from self-assumption to shared understanding. So my name is Cami and I'm a year 3 student in language studies. Let me have a brief introduction of my topic. Communication skills are the tools we use to connect with people. They involve more than just words. They include tone of voice, clarity of thought, and body language and listening ability. Strong communication helps reduce misunderstanding, improves collaboration, and builds lasting trust. Good communication is the foundation of meaningful relationships. Expressing empathy, listening actively, and resolving conflicts calmly create healthier personal and professional bonds. Great leaders are also great communicators. They inspire, motivate, and guide people through effective storytelling, speeches, and clear instructions. Moreover, in today's digital and multicultural world, communication breaks barriers. Being able to connect with people across cultures and language is invaluable in global careers. These are the 3 events I will write in my UE portfolio. The first event is about how I discovered that what adults consider simple words and things may not be understood by primary school students through the GEM course. And the second event is about a conflict I had with group members regarding cooperation and communication through the GEL course. The third event is about accurately conveying professional terminology in different languages, and confirming customer understanding is not easy for my internship in HSBC. All these 3 events have helped my communication skills grow. And today I will focus on events 2, which is the group project in my GEL course, and I will use the iceberg model to do the analysis. First, about the event. In the GEL group assignment, we were tasked with designing an entrepreneurial venture for an educational organization. My main responsibility was to clarify objective and rationale and conduct a risk assessment for legal compliance. The division of labor within the group was quite even and clear. However, due to the overlap in the content among group members, I felt the assignment lacked focus and expressed dissatisfaction, which escalated into a conflict. After the conflict, the group atmosphere became very tense. Second, about the patterns, I discovered a pattern in my group work. When I feel an assignment doesn't meet my expectations, I directly question my group members or make decisions for them. The group members often respond with rebuttals, which makes me question their understanding of the material, creating a cycle. Even when I'm not the group leader, I unconsciously become the dominant one, which might make the original leader feel disrespected. My ideal good group member is someone who clearly understands what their part is about. I take a clear understanding of the assignment content for granted, but we haven't actually reached a clear agreement. Third, about the structure. Looking back, we lack a clear collaboration mechanism. For example, we should have stated what each of us would be writing before we started. I don't think our communication channels were charted, but we discussed things far too infrequent. Furthermore, I studied early childhood education before my undergraduate studies, so I assumed only I knew how to write educational reports. My communication style was results-oriented. Instead of using communication to align expectations, I directly pressured group members to change content, leaving them feeling frustrated and resentful. Also, it was a midterm, and everyone was eager to submit their work quickly, so we rarely discussed anything. If I had clearly stated that we need to first report what we would be writing, the conflict might have been reduced. Finally, about the mental model, I realized the root of the conflict wasn't just the content, but my assumptions that only I know how to write educational reports, which lead me to use a directive rather than a collaborative approach in communication. My impatience stemmed from a fear of not doing my homework well enough, resulting in poor grades. I realized I have equated expertise with control. This caused me to transform anxiety into criticism. However, what's truly effective is to first build consensus, clearly express expectations, and follow up on progress in a respectful manner. I should change my belief. For example, I understand educational reports, but others can offer new perspectives. This experience taught me that communication isn't just about finishing the story, but about getting the other person to respond and understand each other's limitation and approach to achieve a shared goal. So for the GEJ, through this group assignment in GEL, I've gained a clearer understanding that collaboration depends not only on ability and efficiency, but also on establishing a shared language of communication with my peers. In the past, because I studied early childhood education, I tended to assume that I have more knowledge than other classmates, means I should take the lead. Coupled with my impatient personality and tendency to measure engagement by the amount of content delivered, I unconsciously become assertive when expressing expectations, ultimately leading to conflict. Looking back, I realized the problem wasn't simply about who did more or less, but rather the lack of clear consensus on collaboration from the outset. When I was willing to set aside a single standard and use a more specific, respectful, and discussion-based approach to making requests, and when I was more willing to listen to my peers' pace and difficulties, we were more likely to transform disagreement into complementary strengths. After this experience in year 2, my attitude towards group assignment has softened. Instead of feeling like I have a lot of extra knowledge, I now prefer to discuss with my classmates, listen to their opinions, and review more materials. Therefore, I've become more approachable in my communication. And looking to the future, I hope to become a professional who can also foster collaborations. I will apply the communication skills I learned this time to my future life. Most importantly, I hope to shift from using my expertise to control to using my expertise to support. Working with my peers to achieve better results and make our collaborations more mature. And this is the end of my presentation.
Please go to your topic.